Hey there, fanboys and fangirls. This is your host, The Other Luke, and my team, as always.
The other host?
Sherlock Colvin.
And Lord Skywalker.
And this is actually kind of a monumental day for the Fancast. Episode 90. We are now just 10 away from 100.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so y'all kind of joined in towards the last quarter of the podcast, I guess you could say. But within the time that it's rebirth in the era of all the reboots and the sequels and the prequels and everything like that, the Fancast needed a reboot. So now we've got a lot more to offer. So we got video games now, comics and action figures, and we've got like someone that can actually sketch for the fans out there. I mean, what more do we need, And that's not rhetorical, guys. If there's the comments below, yeah. If there's something you want, tell us. We just want to please. We're here for you. Alright, so I guess we'll, I saw this earlier just a little bit before we were getting ready to start podcasting, that they pushed Batman Return to Arkham back. So, are any of y'all upset? Yeah, saw it coming? Or
I literally
really
just
phase you?
started playing Arkham Knight because the Steam sale started, and I got Arkham Knight, and what was cool was it came with like a bunch of DLC, and so it was funny because there's a part in the game where you get this new high-tech bat suit, and I exited out to the main menu, switched it to the Affleck suit, and then I came back in. But I'm not sure a whole lot about what Return to Arkham is. Is it a sequel? What is it?
It's not a sequel. It's just they're re-releasing Arkham Island and Arkham City for the PS4 and Xbox One consoles. I don't. You're going to get all the DLC that came with both games as well.
You're getting Game of the Year editions, basically.
Yeah, you're getting Game of the Year editions.
So these are the remastered versions.
Yeah.
Well, good that it got pushed back, because please tell me you've seen the screenshots.
Yeah,
Because Hugo Strange looked like shit.
they were kind of unimpressive.
It's sad that the old game looked better than the remastered one, quote unquote.
Yeah, there's a picture going around of like if Hugo Strange, it's got like a side-by-side comparison, and it's just like, yeah, his beard looks nice, but what's up with his glasses? and that head. It
looks like they dyed his hair.
Yeah. And he grew a little bit more, and he got some new dentures or something, maybe. I don't know. His teeth look a lot cleaner.
Yeah, I think them pushing it back is probably the smartest option at this point, just so you don't release something that everybody's just going to be like, what is this? I don't want this. Give me my money back.
Right, because I mean, the content's pretty much already out. It's just now we're just waiting for, for a revamped version of it.
Not a half-assed port.
Yeah. So I mean, it's something if someone's gonna want to replay it, like, because you got to think about like many people, they beat a game once and they're done. Now, for someone to actually go back and like want to play a game over again, you've got to give them a reason why they need to play this version, this game again, because this version is better than the version before.
I just stuck a side-by-side comparison between the PS3 and the PS4, like screenshots in the chat, and if you look at it, it's just like Hugo Strange looks like Wooly Willy.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's still like Ozzy Osbourne's like glasses. It's just like I like the fact that they're trying to go with a little bit more of like a hair-like texture with the facial hair, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and you just, I mean,
and the dramatic lighting's gone.
Right?
Yeah.
And you can see some hard lines in his head.
Yeah.
It looks like there's some more like smooth curvature on the PS3.
He's missing half his ear.
Yeah, and honestly, his eyebrows look like someone threw it into Windows Paint and just like, I forgot to add eyebrows. Let me add some eyebrows real quick. Because they look so dark. There's like no like
It looks like a Source Filmmaker thing, but with like a really bad 3D model. I don't know, but you know, okay, look at the PS3 one. You see like he's got a reflection in the glasses. In the PS4 version, I mean, this looks like they're instead of comparing PS3 to PS4, they're comparing like PS3 to like Nintendo 3DS or Nintendo. No, just Nintendo DS.
Oh wow, jeez. So we hit a nerve with Matt. So everyone. Be forewarned.
There's the ambulance and the cops.
They're coming to take that remaster away.
They're taking me to Arkham.
Well, think about how it was with Arkham Knight. How they released it for PC and it bombed.
Because the port was shit.
Yeah, it wasn't ready.
It's like they were thinking with their wallets and not with their. Well, we're going to put out a quality product. That's why, honest to God, I waited till now, a year later, and got it with a Steam sale where I only paid $18 for it because I wasn't going to pay like top dollar for a crappy port.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good thing that they're pushing it back because as huge Batman fans, we want the best, and they've given it to us once. Why not?
Well, it's just like the Arkham games, like Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. They were symbols of quality. When you get like, especially with like segueing from the first one to the second one, you've got a game which is like, okay, we're going to do a Batman game as it should have always been done. We're going to give you like a detective mode. We're going to give you all the gadgets, the whole 9 yards. But it's going to be recluse to this one place. Then in Arkham City, they take that and they apply it to like a whole cityscape. They just amp it up, make it even better. And it's just like this is how you do a sequel. This is how you do a sequel. And then with Arkham Origins and Arkham Knight, it was just kind of like they just spat something out. It's not like, and I'm not like taking away from the story of the game or anything like that, but it's just like it's like they rushed out to meet a release date and just to get a product out there, and it didn't feel like the same people were behind the scenes necessarily, or the people making the calls.
Right.
That's what bothered me.
It's like perfect example. Halo. I love the remaster. Like, it's just to be able to have that feature where you can, like, you press the button, you can kind of go back and see what the original looked like.
Yeah.
And you can literally see so much that they've improved. Like, they did not cut any corners when they went back and they remastered it. And that's why I don't mind. I love playing that game. And that's why it has so much replay value, just because it still holds up to a lot of stuff now,
I love that they gave like I think it's like you hit select, and
Yeah.
it would take you back to the original graphics too.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you could play it like that if you wanted to, which just shows you the power of the console. You can switch in between two different completely graphical interfaces of the game just at a push of a button instantly.
Yeah. But there's a way to do it and there's a way not to do it. And rushing out with just like another, like, just basically like an unfinished product. It's kind of like, there's a great diagram I saw years ago where it was a cheeseburger broken down. And it was basically like the cheeseburger, like the burger, the patty, and the cheese, and the lettuce. And that was like the game you got. And then the DLC was like fries or a shake.
I
And
know
then
exactly what you're talking about.
And now it's literally just the burger. You get the patty and the bun. That's your core game, and then everything else is DLC. It's like I'm not even trying to like sub-rant to DLC. I'm just saying it's like everything's gotten to just a money-making formula now, where it's just like we can stretch this out and make money. It's just like that's I don't know. That bothers me.
It's all about the money.
Yeah, I mean, you've got games that release with, like, they've already built everything into the game, it's completely done, and then before they release it, they just pull a chunk out that you can buy later.
Mm-hmm.
Because capitalism.
Yeah, like, if you look at even, like, Destiny and stuff, like, there were areas that you could get to, you had to work your ass off to get to them, but you could get to them, and it was part of what was coming in the DLC. So you knew that they had already built it in just to pull it out.
Interesting. See, I haven't played Destiny yet. I've been wanting to, but I just haven't had any time.
You're gonna play. You gotta have friends to play that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's definitely way easier if you've got people you can party up with rather than just randoms.
Yeah.
And speaking of games, just a quick reminder: Lego Star Wars released today.
This is
So
true.
go out and get you a copy of that.
Have you guys played it yet?
I played the demo, and it is fantastic.
Yay!
Yeah, well, I didn't get a chance to play the demo, but while I was watching through your gameplay, I enjoyed what I saw. So I'm gonna try to get that one soon.
They've added some much-needed features to it.
Yeah.
It's one of the few Lego games that I've been extremely excited about. But I mean,
Like
it's the first Lego Star Wars game we've had since like 2011 or something.
Yeah, the last
Very
one was
long time ago.
the Clone Wars. They did that. Yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of releasing today, the Batman vs Superman. What is it? The official title, like the Ultimate Edition,
Yeah.
It's a digital
Extended
copy. Yeah.
with some extra content that the theatrical version did not have.
A whole half hour, I believe.
Yeah, I was actually watching it this morning. It bumps it up to a 3-hour runtime.
Ugh.
How is it? How's the pace?
The pace is about the same. You do get some answers to some questions, because I mean, obviously, when I finished it the first time, there are a few questions that I was just like, well, wait a minute.
Right.
They do fill in some gaps. And overall, I mean, it doesn't. While I was watching it, it didn't really feel longer, which I guess is a good thing. Like, I didn't feel like I was sitting through an extended edition. Like, when the extra scenes popped up, like, they're pretty fluid about it.
Like
Okay.
it's a logical extension of what's already there.
Yeah,
That's good.
3 hours. Sheesh.
Yeah. We're
it's like watching a Lord of the Rings movie.
I was about to say I love long movies. I have no problem with that.
yeah, as long as the story, it's a good pacing. I hate it when it just kind of like drags, and they're just kind of like just fill time.
I have trouble sitting through things that long. I almost had trouble sitting through the movie when I saw it.
And it's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah. That's just me, though.
Yeah, and it's rated R too, because the theatrical was PG-13.
Is it
Yeah.
more intense?
Let's see.
That's about the only reason that they did give it the R rating, is the intensity is upped just a little, and you do get some Batfleck ass cheeks.
Ugh,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For all the ladies in the audience. Any more Wonder Woman?
Yeah. Do we get her
there-
shower scenes?
Unfortunately, no. No, there is some. I think I've seen one extended scene with her so far.
Well, she totally stole the movie when she shows up in the last third.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I saw it, even the people who hated it, they're like, okay, I hated every second of that movie except when Wonder Woman showed up, because that movie I can't wait for.
Yeah, which they have shown off the actual costumes for some of the characters in that as well.
Oh, nice. Well, speaking of Wonder Woman, isn't Chris Pine in it?
Yes.
He's Steve Trevor, I believe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he's in that old photo.
Yeah.
That feels very It reminds me of Captain America and his what is his crew called?
The Howling Commandos.
Commandos.
That's what it kind of reminded me of, but just Wonder Woman and her crew.
Hey, I'm fine with that. Cap's my favorite Avenger.
Oh yeah, hands down. Like Spidey and Cap's my favorite, and that's why I do Captain Spidey, because it's just like it just makes sense.
Even though he sides with Stark.
Hey,
He sides
After-
with Stark for like 2 seconds. Well, in the books, anyway.
look at it. Cap drops his shield. Stark has the shield again. He's got this new anxious kid that's all about it, man. He's like, yo, man, you mind if I get that shield? And add some legs to it. Yeah.
Tyler's writing some fan fiction over here.
Oh,
The
totally.
real Captain Spidey.
Oh, totally. I totally am. I'm totally going to do a short with it, too.
Oh yeah, just jump real quick back to the Dawn of Justice, Michael. I did want to ask you one thing. Do they elaborate more on the nightmare scenes, and like, do they segue better, or is it the same?
It's pretty much the same. I did notice a few little additions to the nightmare scenes, though.
Okay, because
They-
I enjoyed
they
them,
don't
but it's also because like, if you know the story arcs in the comics, you kind of know what's happening. But anybody who's just a regular moviegoer isn't going to know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, they added a little bit to it. They didn't extend them too much.
Okay. As long as there's more like Batfleck whooping ass, I'm happy.
Yeah, by the time I reached right when they started their fight, there was still about an hour left,
Oh, cool.
as opposed to the, 15 minutes they fought in the original cut.
Yeah. Yeah, a whole lot of build up for a relatively short fight.
Yeah.
A lot of
more like Alfred or anything like that.
I believe at the beginning, there was a little extra scene with Alfred.
Was he sassy?
Alfred is always sassy.
Well, I mean, like, was he sassy in said scene, or was it just like him talking to Bruce?
There was a little sass.
Good. Because a good Alfred always has sass.
Just
And that's
a
what I
little.
liked about Jeremy Irons' Alfred so much. He wasn't afraid to just, like, grip on Bruce.
Yeah.
What's the line? Yeah, well, we don't have to worry about the next generation of Waynes inheriting an empty wine cellar. Not that there will be another generation of Waynes.
Yeah, when he shows up at the at Luther's book benefit, and he's like, oh, maybe a Metropolis woman will make an honest man out of you. As if, Alfred, as if.
Those two are great.
So what I was thinking, we had discussed this a little bit. So what I think we're doing is, for our next commentary, because we had our Star Wars one, and I don't know if y'all enjoyed it, but I thought it was pretty cool. I enjoyed just kind of sitting back and just kind of chatting about the movie and just kind
Oh,
of
hell yeah.
hearing about all our different theories and our ideas about certain things. So I feel like with this
Actually,
one,
Jar Jar Binks.
He's gonna be in episode 8.
oh yeah, probably, yep, Sith Jar Jar. Hashtag Jar Jar conspiracy.
Misa want to kill you all.
This not gonna avenge her, Anna.
Now it's real. Now it's real. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the since we got the Ultimate Edition coming out. Once all of us grab a copy of that, we're actually gonna go and do our next commentary.
That's gonna be a long commentary.
It is. We know now going into this one.
A two-parter for sure.
3.
Three-parter.
It's gonna be a 3-parter.
Yeah. Yeah.
So hopefully you guys stick with us.
Ahead of time.
Wait, it's gonna be a trinity.
Yeah.
I
We'll
expected
be
more
cutting
laughs than that.
halfway for a bathroom break.
Yeah, we'll probably end up just making it 4 episodes, so there's just enough time in between. Because let's be honest, no one's sitting for a movie for 3 hours and not moving. No
Yeah.
human anyways.
We'll have like a natural pause point.
Yeah.
We can separate each act.
That's gonna be a long commentary.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it and I'm kind of dreading it, but at the same time. Whoa! I'm looking forward to it and dreading it at the same time.
You just don't want to sit there that long.
Sean's just like, I'm too old for this shit.
I'm just
That's what I'm saying. You get on the Google Hangout on your phone, and that way you can be up and moving.
I'm gonna have to do something.
Maybe have the Xbox going on one screen, Fancast going on the other or something.
Yeah, except for I don't own that paperweight, so
Them fighting words.
that $300 paperweight, I don't own it.
I've got both, and I can honestly say PS4 is the better route. But this is that. I'll save that for a whole another podcast because I could go on at least an hour just about my likes and dislikes on both systems.
I'm just gonna be that guy and say, "Fuck all y'all, I got a PC."
Fuck all y'all, I got a Wii U.
I imagine it's all going to go towards PC eventually.
Well, let's put it this way: I'm not hating it. I don't know. I also edit like videos and stuff. I had a legitimate reason to also make it my gaming platform as well as I need a PC that could pack the punch. But
Well, if you're going for one, may as well swing for both.
yeah, exactly. But what was this? I believe that weren't we gonna talk about a wave of figures too?
Yeah, I've got that covered. We talked about it a few episodes ago. The Captain America Wave 2 that's going to come out. We actually got pictures of the wave. I don't remember if I said it, but we're getting, it's of course Captain America, so we're getting a new Captain America. It looks like the build-a-figure for this one is Abomination.
Oh, cool.
Which it actually looks really cool. But Captain America's got a new paint deco. It kind of looks like the body mold, the same one that we've gotten past Captain America's. It looks the same, just a repaint.
Mm-hmm.
The accessory he comes with is his right hand is interchangeable, and it has a shield throwing effect to it. It kind of looks pretty cool. It's different. It's something we haven't seen with the Captain America.
Does it come back?
What?
Does it come back?
Does it come back?
Yeah.
No, it's attached, unfortunately.
Can we detach it and add magnets?
I don't know. Maybe.
Not with that attitude.
Well, remember those? Remember Action Man back in like the late '90s? He had like that WB TV show, and he had the whole line of figures.
Yeah.
Doesn't ring any bells.
Yeah, he had there was a figure that had like a spring in the arm, and he could throw stuff.
Yeah.
So that'd be perfect for that. You just add the shield and it just goes.
Well, I was just gonna say, you remember with the Attack of the Clones figures how they had magnets, so you could do force effects with them, like grab the lightsabers or jump or shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still have quite a few of those.
Me too. I
Yeah,
still
we
got
have
my
this
Count
one,
Dooku
dude.
and Obi-Wan.
We're getting a Iron Skull, which I don't know anything about this character, but it looks like Red Skull in an Iron Man suit.
I was just picturing like the Predator in an Iron Man suit.
I mean, yeah, it looks like he's coming with two head sculpts. One, of course, being the Red Skull, and the other one just looks like an Iron Man helmet that's been repainted.
And that was, you said Iron Skull?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a new character for me. I don't know.
Red Skull is one of those characters I really wish they'd bring. I want more.
Yeah. I mean, we need more Captain America villains. We really haven't.
They killed it with him, man.
They did, yeah. Unfortunately, we're getting a movie a Civil War movie accurate Scarlet Witch now. I forget her name.
Yes!
It's an Olsen twin, and I'm forgetting her name.
Elizabeth.
It's her. Yeah, she comes with two accessories. They look like something that's going to go in her hands. I don't really know. The pictures aren't high res or anything like that, unfortunately.
Is it like force field kind of stuff?
No, it looks like little fire bombs, or I don't know. And then we're getting Captain Britain. He doesn't come with any accessories; just comes with the arm of Abomination.
He doesn't come with the European Union.
No, not anymore. We're getting Eel. Again, I don't know much about these. So a lot of these characters on this set I don't really know much about. We're getting Eel, and then heck, I don't even know this dude's name. Handbook? No, that's not right. I don't know this guy's name. I'm looking on here. I might have just.
He doesn't have a name tag on, and it makes it very difficult.
They don't write his name.
He's terrible at family reunions.
They don't write their names on the box. It just has like Captain.
Oh,
America,
yeah, like
villains or whatever. They wrote Eel's name on the box, but this dude doesn't have his name on the box, and that bothers me.
From what it looks like, Iron Skull. A lot of the stuff I'm getting on him is from the Lego game.
Oh,
interesting.
and it says he was created 2016. So if I'm not mistaken, he may have been created just for the Lego Marvel Universe, and he hasn't made his way into the everything else yet. So maybe them doing this figure is them taking that extra step, seeing more up. What's his? You'll share an image of that, right, Sean?
Yeah, I'll put a link to our Facebook.
It's like no, I'm keeping it to myself.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
keeping it to myself.
Yeah, I'll show y'all what I found, because a lot of the stuff I found was it was a lot of Lego sites.
But yeah, that's the set that they released pictures to. And again, these pictures are they're not high res, but these are better than none, I guess.
He looks very angry.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I found it, dude. Oh no, never mind. This is a custom, not the actual one.
Lies.
You liar.
Traitor!
If you look at all the images for Iron Skull, all of them are Lego except for, there's a handful that aren't Lego versions. There's one that looks like Red Skull inside of a giant Iron Magneto suit.
Yeah, that's Red Onslaught.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the Build-A-Figure for the. It was a Captain America wave, but it wasn't Civil War.
Okay.
It was the Captain America prior to this one.
As long as we're not going down the route of like Transformers, where they're gonna repaint them and then make a new character from said repaint.
I mean, they do that. I want to say. Oh my gosh, the Red Guardian was a repaint of the Bucky Cap mold, and they just sculpted a new head. But other than that, it was the exact same thing.
Oh.
Hasbro does that a lot, yeah.
They do.
More so with the Bucky Cap mold. You see that one over and over again, just repainted, and every now and then you'll get a different sculpt, but the majority of the time it's the exact same figure, just repainted.
Yay, Hasbro!
Gotta cut the corners where you can, I guess.
Yeah, and Mattel's starting to get on the bandwagon of the Build-A-Figure set with most recently the Suicide Squad wave that is coming out. You've got they're releasing 3 different Harley Quinn variants and 2 different Joker variants, and then Katana. And the Build-A-Figure is Killer Croc, which I think is cool. But
Oh, nice.
yeah, they've got some catching up to do also in their sculpting. It's not my favorite sculpting. Hasbro's definitely got that down to a T.
They're getting better.
They're getting there. Like the Jared Leto Joker that I bought just recently.
Mm-hmm.
It's lacking, but it's Joker, so I bought it. Which Joker?
The Killer Croc looks great.
The pictures, pictures they can make it look great. Yeah, I'm not gonna judge until I actually see the figure.
I mean, McDonald's hamburgers look great in pictures.
But you pour molten steel on them and they don't melt.
Yeah.
No joke.
And that stuff's going in your stomach.
What up? So I guess, see, Sean, this is why we're gonna start having a lot more of the action figure mini-sodes on Instagram, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to know about the figures, and we just kind of always get lost in it. So I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that really want to get the what's what when it comes to getting these guys. So,
and you mentioned Red Onslaught, or the Red Skull being Magneto-looking suit. They're releasing the X-Men wave, which I've mentioned in past episodes. With one of the characters comes with Magneto's head sculpt of Magneto, which you can interchange with the Red Onslaught that came out with that Captain America set not too long ago to fit the continuity of Magneto being Onslaught. Which honestly, I don't know. Kind of me. I would like to buy, I guess, the whole wave again to build another Onslaught so I could have both of them. That's not going to happen though. But they are making it where you can interchange the Magneto helmet with the Red Skull for the Onslaught Build-A-Figure, which I think is pretty cool.
That's cool. That's
That is a pretty sweet idea.
That's kind of
though.
Yeah, because it's two different characters with the same body mold. Well, I'm not going to get into that whole timeline because
your lack of talking about Darth Vader is disturbing.
Yeah. On to the next.
Speaking of other Hasbro properties.
Yeah.
So how about James Earl Jones coming back?
Yes.
That's the best thing I've heard in weeks.
Yes. Darth Vader is not Darth Vader without James Earl Jones.
Yeah, I mean, we've had him back with Rebels, but it's going to be nice to see him on the big screen again.
Yeah.
Or hear him, rather.
Yeah.
I just think it's just great how they've been able to keep that going throughout all these years.
Well, it's nice also that they're sticking to their guns with the whole legacy cast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They've kept their ties, and it's paid off, I think.
It's gonna be crazy to see Darth Vader on the screen again with new dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Is Hayden Christensen going to play him in the suit, or is it just a guy?
I think it's going to be another guy because I don't think Hayden Christensen has the build physically.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, yeah.
The mental capacity to handle it, maybe.
Probably just not tall enough.
We'll do it in post. He's doing motion capture.
But yeah, that was a big breath of or sigh of relief, because it's, like I said, not Darth Vader without James Earl Jones.
And to be fair, it could have been one of those things where, I feel like all of us, if they would have gone with somebody else given Earl Jones's age, it would have been something we would have accepted. But the fact that no, they went for the gold and they got it makes it even better.
Well, I'm sure it didn't take much convincing for him to do it.
No, I don't think it
Right.
did either.
Because whenever, I can't remember the exact timing, but he was talking about in an interview whenever he first did the voice for Star Wars, that he came in, I think he did it all within an afternoon. Like all the
For the
voices.
first movie?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Which is, because they didn't really, because back then, no one thought that any of this that's happening today was going to happen. It would have been like going up to someone in I don't know, the 20s and saying, guess what, I have this device that's smaller than a brick, and I can talk to anyone in the world, and they can see my face. Witchcraft!
Kami! Well, that should be the 40s or 50s, excuse me.
Yeah, you're jumping the gun there on that one. Yeah.
I guess James Earl Jones joins the club of the easiest money ever made in cahoots with the Star Wars movie, because Mark Hamill, he made the easiest money he did for Force Awakens.
Yeah, because he only was in the movie for 5 minutes, and he didn't even
That
say.
scene.
And did you see the whole tweet that he sent out saying, well, after this, I'm out of work? And everyone kind of lost it, and he was just like, out of work for episode 8, not forever, guys. ... It was like he said, I meant out of work because episode 8 is wrapping soon. Okay, question mark. Hashtag don't overthink everything. Hashtag praising Hamill. Hashtag wait for 8.
Hashtag Mark Hamill is a god of nerds.
He just... Kevin Smith is texting him on a regular, just giving him all these random little things to just troll people.
There's another picture I saw where he's talking about Daisy Ridley. And he says, she's roughly my daughter's age, and that's how I relate to her. Oh, wait a minute. I knew you would all drag it out of me. No, I don't mean anything by that. I mean as an actor. That's how I relate to her. And he just winks.
So he just plays with your mind.
He is the Joker.
Oh, yeah. He's the Joker, the trickster, everything just wrapped into one.
Basically, all those characters are actually just Mark Hamill.
Yeah, I forgot. He did the voice of Hobgoblin back in the '90s Spider-Man cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
and I was watching that on Hulu, and I was like, what?
Yeah,
I know
I've been
that
watching
voice.
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome. He's in like both of my favorite cartoons from a kid that are
Yeah.
still enjoyable today. And he's coming back to be the voice of a Joker again. He's back as Luke Skywalker. I mean,
It's all part of the plan. Did we get? We got some other crazy Star Wars news this past week, didn't we?
yeah, we have our first connection from the cartoon Clone Wars series to Rogue One with a character known as Saul Guerrera.
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 Yeah.
Apologies.
God, get your character straight. Now to me, this is bigger news than James Earl Jones coming back as Darth Vader, because this is the first time we're getting a Clone Wars, an animated character that was brought into the Star Wars universe via the show, is now going to be brought, live and on the silver screen. And Saul was in a, I don't remember what season 4 maybe
Season 5.
season 5.
And I think it's episode
It's the very
2,
first.
3, 4, and 5.
Yeah,
It's
the
not
very-
first episode, because the very first episode is the rival episode with Maul and Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's called the they called it the Oderan Arc. And its episodes A War on Two Fronts, Frontrunners, The Soft War, and Tipping Points.
Yep.
Yeah, I was once this released, I went back and just kind of rewatched those episodes just to kind of, because I've seen all through Clone Wars, but to go back and remember this exact story arc, I didn't really remember too much on it.
It's been a while since the Battle of Onderon.
Yeah, so it was nice to just kind of go back and like refresh my memory, and it's just cool that now we have a connection with the Clone Wars into the new standalones.
And it's an Oscar-winning actor playing said character.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane.
Now, Saul's background, for those of you who need to catch up on Clone Wars, he was part of a rebel sect. It was Onderon, right, Mike? You said?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was fighting the Separatists on Onderon with his sister and a group of, if you will, rebels, because we kind of got a glimpse of the rebel soldiers that were on his team. They kind of were reminiscent, if you look closely, the helmets they wore were reminiscent of the rebels' helmets in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
You just catch stuff like that. Yeah, it's
Like the Endor helmets?
yeah, the indoor helmets. Yeah.
Sweet.
But yeah, anyway, his sister. They voted her the leader of their group on Onderon. And spoiler alert: the last episode of that story arc, she dies, and so I think he stepped up. He stepped up and became what they needed as far as a leader goes. Hence why I think he's going to have a big part in Rogue.
Now, do you think he's actually going to train What's-Her-Face, or is he actually going to participate on the mission?
I think he's going to do both.
Do you,
Probably.
That would be sick.
now, remind me, what was Lux's fate? Like, where did we last leave off with him?
I think he went back to Mandalore and became a Senate member.
So there's still a possibility that this character could come up in maybe the Boba Fett standalone movie in the future. Because if he went back to Mandalore, well, Boba may have went back to Mandalore and went back to the roots. So
Right.
what if we bring that character into the cinematic universe of Star Wars from Clone
It's
Wars?
definitely a possibility. They've opened this door with Saw, so it wouldn't surprise me any further if they brought characters from the Clone Wars to live action.
Right, and with you being, I mean, I know you'd marry Ahsoka if she was a reality, but so you probably have a thing out for Lux. I don't know.
No,
But
I liked how their relationship was.
right, and it kind of gives me like hope that there might Because we still don't 100% know the end fate of Ahsoka.
We don't. You're right. And
If she shows up in Rogue One, I'm going to be there with you, and I'm going to scream. And I'm going to be so excited.
I would be happy, but honestly, my hopes aren't going to be high.
It's fine. You don't have to put your hopes up. Mine are up there for you.
Right. Because we just got
He's holding the door.
the season finale to Rebels. I haven't seen it, so if you've seen it, please. Spoiler free. But from what I've read, there's a big fight between her and Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That's all I know. I don't know how it ends, how it turns out, but it's something I need to catch up on.
And see, it wasn't so much that I wanted it until I think it was Dragon Con last year. I can't remember her cosplay name, but she did an Ahsoka, and she nailed it. Like, it was on point from Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she made her own hairdress piece. She had both the sabers. Like, it was a legit Ahsoka. Like, you could have threw that into a movie, and that could have been the character. All you'd have to do is just animate the sabers, because it was on point. And seeing that cosplay just made me want to see Ahsoka in a live action movie that much more.
It could happen.
Because she's awesome.
It's an exciting concept, because, I mean, when you really think about it, they have so many characters that they can pull from Rebels or Clone Wars. And just the idea that at any moment they could drop them into a movie now, it's spectacular. I mean, it's all this material that it's not being used to the fullest potential, I would say.
They're doing the Marvel thing, but they're doing it in a better way. Well, not necessarily a better way, but they can utilize so much that is there. I mean, if there's any other non-comic book franchise that could do the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe thing kind of deal, it would be Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And with Rebels going on right now, with Kanan and oh my God, Ezra, what are their futures, and they definitely, I think, could be put in the movies.
No doubt.
Well, speaking of futures, I guess one last thing would be the final trailer for Star Trek Beyond just came out, of course, on the
Yep. So
soon after occasion of Anton Yelchin's passing.
So it is now out of JJ's director hands. He is now just the producer, or a producer, not the producer, but a producer.
Yeah.
And so we have. I'm gonna see it, just because I've seen the other two and I've enjoyed the other two. There's just something about Fast and Furious director taking over it. It's like Michael Bay doing Transformers. It's like you're not gonna expect a lot of story, like extreme, like good story, but you're gonna get a lot of stuff that looks awesome, and you're just gonna be immersed, for the length of it.
You're running the risk of risking story for the spectacle of what you're watching.
Yeah.
Now I haven't seen any of the Fast and Furious movies, so I don't know.
I've seen all of them. Please don't shun me. It's okay. I've been to rehab. We're all good. But no, my brother was a huge fan of those movies, so I saw some of the first ones, and then just being in film school, there was a lot of people that saw those movies, and
they do some crazy stuff with the camera in those movies.
Right, just for the cinematic standpoint, the way they get some of their shots is it's awesome. So I just respect it in that from that angle.
We're gonna see
cinematic, the cinematographer in you.
I won't lie. It's the Rihanna song bothered me because it's this is Star Trek. Why are you making it like a popcorn movie kind of thing, or making it I don't know, like a pop culture thing? That's what it feels like.
Well, because it's pop culture now.
That's true.
It's not just for geeks or nerds. It's for everybody. And I put all that onto the casting directors and crew for picking these people to play these roles and bringing people who usually wouldn't go see these kind of movies into the theater to see them. Chris Pine.
I mean, fair enough, but I feel like, it's kind of a tonal clash. It's almost like they're trying to do a music video is what it looked like.
Yeah.
And that's what concerns me, because, it's like when they put the first teaser out, everybody, was not happy with the Beastie Boys song was in it. I was fine with it because, obviously, that's a note in the first movie. But, I don't know, I guess we'll see. Everything looks cool that I'm seeing, but I guess we'll find out if the story actually holds up.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting take on it, for sure, just because you're starting a trilogy out with JJ at the helm for two of them, and then all of a sudden, at the last one, the most pivotal one of the trilogy, it changes hands.
Yeah, it's like, come on, guys.
It could be a completely different direction. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they ought to do is what's it? They ought to make either do it in this one, which I don't think they're going to do, but in the fourth one, or if they want to reboot it after this, do the next gen. Because they can do that now, because obviously JJ's whole thing with the timelines, it's like you still have the original continuity, but it's different now. I don't know. It just seems like with the Abrams Star Trek movies, they need to kind of wrap up at least the original crew and maybe move on in a different direction if they're going to do that.
I could see that more so than I could see them continuing on with the series they've got.
Yeah. I feel like the actors are kind of like, we did our thing here and we're good.
Another reboot.
Yeah, and just to kind of end on that, you know what else he's announced to direct next?
Who?
Justin Lin, the director. He's rumored to be directing Space Jam 2.
Oh God, I'm not gonna go see that because they're gonna have LeBron be in it, and I hate LeBron.
I think you're just a little salty about the finals.
Yeah. I'm just over LeBron.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a whole nother fandom that we just can't tackle right now.
Yeah. I'll put that to rest.
You got ESPN.
Yeah.
All right. So before we leave real quick, Matt, go ahead and what we're going to be doing, I'm actually aiming to release this on Wednesday. That's going to be the new schedule. We're going to look at recording on Monday nights, Tuesday nights, and releasing on Wednesday. So that's going to be kind of our new schedule from going here on out. So that being said, anything you want to go ahead and plug before we sign off?
I'm actually doing a commission stream event for my art stream on Thursday the 30th, and I have all the prices posted on the Facebook group that I think, or the Facebook page I have linked to the fan cast. But basically, it's kind of celebrate right before I up my prices on my regular prices, and plus just kind of get an influx of stuff because, as you guys know, I've been having a difficulty finding a job out here, so it's a little bit of a, I'm doing something to sustain myself. So
use your talents, right?
Yeah, basically you can do like a quick sketch, a refined sketch, line art, and then finally I'll color it, but it has to stay in these specific parameters. But anyway, that'll be Thursday the 30th, and I'll be going from 7:30 or 6. I can't remember. I think it's 7:30 Eastern time to probably like midnight or 1, basically whenever I get tired. So if you guys feel like helping a hungry, starving artist and want something cool, feel free to join in, because I'll be working on, outside of that, I'll be working on doing our fan cast avatars.
Nice.
I'll definitely be watching that.
Sweet!
And Mike, anything you want to plug?
At the moment, the only major thing I've got planned on July 1st, I'll be going over the major games that are going to be releasing in July. And other than that, I don't really have too much planned at the moment. I'm I'm pretty much caught up on season finales now.
You've got the hiatus period.
Yeah, I've got the Gotham season finale left, and then I am out of shows until I catch up on Supergirl.
Which has just moved to the CW, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. CW has its own DC cinematic universe going on.
What was it on before?
ABC
Yeah.
Oh.
or CBS?
CBS.
CBS.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Sean, anything you want to let anyone know about?
Hopefully here in the next few days, I will have a video up of first action figure review. I know I've said it past episodes, and I've been waiting on some things to fall in place here.
These always get in the way.
Yeah, but I'm ready to start rolling, so be on the lookout now for those.
And
I
your
will
first-
drive to your house and film it myself if I have to.
Now, who's
I'm not gonna say no to extra hands.
who's the first figure that you're reviewing?
We are gonna review the 6-inch black Star Wars black figure of Ahsoka.
Ooh.
Very excellent choice.
Oh yeah, these
And-
figures have been sitting in this room, back room for a couple weeks now, still in the box, and I've been wanting to open them, so I finally get to.
Most impressive.
I keep glancing at them anytime I'm over, and I'm just like, man,
Yeah.
I really want to look at those.
It's a crying shame.
Yeah, it is. It truly is.
I see the dust, and I'm just like, no.
All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up because Matt has a string to get to. So
My streams are Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
yes,
Plug.
You did. You didn't. All right. Well, until next time, I'm the other Luke.
I'm the other host.
I'm Sherlock Colvin.
And I'm Lord Skywalker.
We'll see you later.